Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Noble, and today we're going to be doing the Arcana Knight deck profile. So this is one that I am really excited to get into with you guys. I loved the King's Knight, Jack's Knight, and Queen's Knight growing up back in the day. I really hated that they basically sucked and weren't relevant at all for the most part. And the fact that they got support is just really exciting to me. I freaked out when I found out about this. So I'm so thrilled to get into it. In fact, I'm real quick. I'm just going to show you this beautiful mat. It has Apollosa. Avramax can't see him over here, but Colossus is over here. I got this from Pay Omega Mats. They basically exclusively make all my mats for me. You can use my code NobleChaos10 for 10% off your entire order. You can find them on Instagram or Facebook. They do custom mats, cloth mats, two-player mats. Have some really cool acidic green stuff out now. I really recommend you guys go check them out. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already done so already. Now's the perfect time to do so. And let's jump right on into this Arcana Knight deck profile, guys. I'm really excited. To start us off, we're going to be playing triple Jack's Knight, also triple Queen's Knight, and then also on top of that, triple, I'm sure you can't guess this. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think this one is? Triple King's Knight, that's correct. So like I said, I mean, back in the day, guys, I really loved these cards. King's Knight was actually my favorite. I thought he looked awesome, and he was the only one that actually had an effect, and I thought that was really cool. He just had really crappy stats, and basically never used them. But King's Knight's the only one out of these three that has an effect, and what he does is when this card is normal summoned, while you control Queen's Knight, you can special summon one Jack's Knight from your deck. We are going to be playing triple of the beautiful Joker's Knight. Man, my goodness, let's look at that. That is such an awesome looking card. Oh my goodness. Alright, so Joker's Knight is phenomenal. What he does is you send one Queen's Knight, King's Knight, or Jack's Knight from your deck to the graveyard, and then special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, this card's name becomes the sent monster's name until the end phase. So that's awesome because this deck has a lot of cards that are contingent upon you having King's Knight, Queen's Knight, or Jack's Knight on the field or in the hand, stuff like that. So the fact that you can just basically Foolish Barrel one straight from the deck and then get this card out and this card's name becomes that card's name, that's really cool. During the end phase, if the card is in your graveyard, you can target one other light warrior monster in your graveyard, shuffle it to the deck, and then if you do, you add this card back to your hand. You will use each effect of Joker's Knight once per turn. This card was sitting at like $14 a piece. I'm not sure what it's at right now. I haven't looked at it this week, but it was a little more expensive. Just a little bit of a disclaimer. Definitely more expensive than the King's Knight, Jack's Knight, and Queen's Knight. We're also running triple Imperial Bower. I actually ordered a playset of this and then went to Walmart, and you won't believe it, I actually pulled a playset of this after I'd already placed the order. So that was a little crazy, but Imperial Bower is awesome. What it does is if you control no other monsters, you can tribute this card, take two different monsters from your deck among Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and or Jack's Knight, and either add them to your hand or special summon each monster. You can use this effect of Imperial Bower once per turn. That's really crazy. I mean, even if they're vanillas for the most part, that's still a really powerful effect. Being able to straight up tribute a card and get two monsters onto the field from the deck, man, that's awesome. Really helps the consistency, guys. I'm playing double of the Arcana Triumph Joker. I've seen this played at 1, and I've seen it played at 2. I personally have played the ratios. I like it at 2. It's a really powerful card. Now, if you want to just play it at 1, that's fine. Totally fine. This card, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, which from the graveyard, that's really cool too. You can send one Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and Jack's Knight from your hand and or face-up monster zone to the graveyard. Special on this card gains 500 attack times the combined number of cards in both players' hands. You can discard one card, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with the same type, monster, spell, and trap as the discarded card. And a lot of people kind of don't like that effect, but I really like it because it gives you some versatility. Yes, you have to have the type of card that you won't destroy, you have to discard that card, but it does give you a lot of versatility, and there's searches in this deck as well, so for the most part that won't be a huge issue. Now I know, before y'all jump at me, before I even get into this, I know a lot of people are playing like a lot of the God cards and stuff like that. I actually don't own that many God cards, and I'm still waiting for them to come in, but I've already waited long enough to make this profile, so for right now, I'm just running one Winged Dragon of Ra. When the rest of them come in, I will incorporate them. I do encourage you to play more. I actually pulled an Ultra Pharaoh's Secret Rare, or where the heck it is, from a Walmart pack, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, because this searches out monsters with question marks, these two, this and Slifer, and of course there's other cards you can play as well. It's just really cool to play, and so I do recommend you play them. But again, if you don't want to, that's fine. But before y'all jump on me for not having Slifer in here, that's why. So for the hand traps, I'm running triple drill unlock. If you know me, you know I absolutely love this card because it really, no pun intended, don't unsubscribe, locks out your opponent. So because they're gonna get that search that they're going for, but what draw unlock says is, you know what, that's your last one this turn, you're done. And if you catch them at the right time, that can be really devastating. Ash will stop your opponent from getting that search, but they can get more after that. Draw unlock lets them get one, but that's it. And then I'm also running double effect Veiler as well. Again, this is just the hand trap package of my preference for this particular deck. If you want to go with literally anything else, you can absolutely do that. If you want to go Phantasmic, because Link's been seeing a surge, go for it. So for the spells, we were playing triple Joker Straight. I really like this card. Look at that. I mean, that is so cool. I kind of wish it had been a secret rare, but it looks awesome. So Joker Straight just really turbos the consistency of this deck, because what it does is you discard one card and then you special summon one Queen's Knight from your deck. Add one King's Knight or Jack's Knight from your deck to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon one monster. So basically, you get to special summon two monsters from the deck. In a nutshell, that's what happens. This is a really cool card. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Light Warrior monsters. So do keep that in mind in case you're going into some extra deck, your deck plays or something like that. But for the most part, that really shouldn't be an issue. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Light Warrior monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, add this card to your hand. You'll use each effect of Joker Straight once per turn. So I really like the fact that not only this basically essentially gives you two special summons from the deck, but you also, it recurs itself from the graveyard back to your hand, which is really cool. A lot of times your opponent is going to want to try and get rid of this card from your graveyard and banish her something before it has a chance to come back to your hand, but the fact that you can do that is awesome. I'm also running triple Thunder Speed Summon. This one's really cool because what it does is during the main or battle phase, immediately after the effect resolves, normal summon one level 10 monster, or if you control Queen's Knight, King's Knight, or Jack's Knight, you can apply this effect instead. Add one level 10 non-dark monster with question mark attack from your deck to your hand. Then immediately after the effect resolves, you can normal summon one level 10 monster. You only activate one Thunder Speed Summon per turn. Again, this is why we play the God cards. Well, God card in my case, but whatever. I'm running double of the face card fusion. It's just the built-in fusion, like polymerization for the deck. You fusion summon one Light Warrior fusion monster from your extra deck. Use a monster from your hand or field as fusion material. If you control Queen's Knight, King's Knight, or Jack's Knight, you can use one monster from your deck as fusion material. You can only activate one fusion face card fusion per turn. And like, the chances of you having a King's Knight, Queen's Knight, or Jack's Knight on the field is like really good. So you're basically going to be able to use another one from the deck as material. That's really awesome. Running triple Unexpected Die. I mean, simple. Pretty sure you know why I play this. If you control no monster, special summon at one level 4 lower normal monster from the deck. I mean, yeah, basically. I'm also running one Rhoda, of course, as well as one Monster Reborn. For the traps, I'm running double of the Joker's Wild and also double Court of Cards. Now, I'm running double and double. I've played with the ratios. This is more of a pure build, so if you want to run Imperm or something like that, you can definitely get rid of one or two of these copies and go for that as well. But what Joker's Wild does is during the main or battle phase, send one spell from your deck to the graveyard that specifically lists all Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and Jack's Knight. This effect becomes that spell's effect when that card is activated, which is basically awesome. It's basically kind of like a trap trick in a way. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Light Warrior monster in your graveyard, shuffle it to the deck, and if you do, add this card to your hand. You'll use each effect of Joker's Wild once per turn. And like I said, spells and traps that recur themselves is really helpful. What Court of Cards does is if you control no monsters or only control Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and or Jack's Knight, you can special summon one Queen's Knight, King's Knight, or Jack's Knight from your hand or graveyard. The fact that you can special summon from your hand as well is really cool. You can banish up to one each. I'm getting tired of saying their names. Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and or Jack's Knight from your hand and or graveyard. Draw the same number of cards you banish. You can only use one Court of Cards effect per turn, only once that turn. That secondary effect of drawing, that's actually really helped me a lot of times. I have more of a dead hand or something, and just being able to grab 2 or 3 more cards and draw that many, a little bit of draw power. that's really helpful. So that's actually it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, I'm running double of the Arcana Knight Joker. I really wish they had made this a holographic, but they didn't. It's Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and Jack's Knight. A fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above materials. Once per turn, when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field, quick effect, you can discard the same type monster, spell, or trap and negate the effect. It doesn't destroy, but it does negate. And also it has a beefy attack power at 3,800 as well. I'm running one Arcana Extra Joker. I have like the ultra rare version of this thing, but I have no idea where it is, ironically. It's 3 warrior monsters with different names. Once per turn, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field or a monster this card points to, quick effect, you can discard the same type of card, monster, spell, or trap, negate the activation. When this link summon card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 normal warrior monster from your deck, and if you do, add one level 4 warrior monster from your deck to your hand. Gotta find that holographic version. I'm running one Isolde, 2 Tales of the Noble Knights, as well as just a few more generic stuff. One IP Masquerena, one Nightmare Cerberus, one Nightmare Phoenix, one Nightmare Unicorn, one Boral Sword, as well as one Mekk-Knight Crusadia Avermax, one Apollousa, Bow of the Goddess, one Access Code, one Digesto Emerald, I believe I can still never say that thing's name, one Evil Swarm Exoton Knight, and then lastly one Divine Arsenal. Literally just because if you need to go into these, you can, and then just being able to get out and cheat out Zeus. This is a really awesome way to win. And if you don't have this card, that's fine. You don't have to play this. This is kind of something that I've found. I've won a few times with this in this deck, and if you don't have it, that's fine. You don't have to have this card to play a warrior deck at all. So that's actually it for this deck profile, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. So it's a really fun deck. Is it freaking amazing? No, it's not, but it is really cool to see cards that I felt were really nostalgic back in the day. It's really cool to see Konami just boosting out all the support for all these guys. The Joker's Knight is a really cool card, and what it does and what it allows this deck to do, it's fun. You can win with this deck, and it's a fun rogue deck to play. There are a few cards that are a little more expensive that you do need to have 3 of, but that's Yu-Gi-Oh! That's Konami, unfortunately. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, now's a perfect time to subscribe. Hit the bell so you become part of the notification team, and I will see you guys in the next video.